which has been given to us has really been deliberated for a while now, and I will really make my presentation very short and crisp and share my thoughts on that. The topic or the challenge which we really have today, is it something very unique to India, or is it really faced by the countries worldwide? I think it is an accepted fact that all the countries, whether developed or developing countries, are grappling with this problem. But the problem in India really becomes a bit unique by virtue of the fact that we have a large population, which is 1.2 billion. And therefore, the vast country coverage and the vast population coverage adds to the challenge which other countries have been really facing. So I will structure my presentation into three parts. First is just a glimpse of the banking in the rural sector. The second section would be how Wipro has really done and contributed in the rural sector, banking sector. And third is our thoughts on the way forward. So I think I will not take much time to really cover up this. So this is, the banking at a glance. If I really look at the population, about 70% of the population is the rural sector and about 30% is in the urban sector. Look at the correlation. For serving about 70% of the population, there are just 34,000 branches. And for serving 30% the urban sector, there are 60% of, 60,000 branches. The other table, if you look at it, in terms of the coverage, for every 1 lakh of the adult in India, we have about 11 branches and about 5.44 ATMs. And therefore, it is really coming to a coverage of just 35% who are really using the regulated financial services. If you look at the developed countries, say if you take the example of, say, France, where per lakh there are about 43 branches. And you look at the ATM ratio, it is more than 100. And therefore, the last column depicts that in terms of the coverage and the people who are eligible to use the banking platform, the coverage is about 97%. Moving forward, it is just, again, don't go by the absolute data, it's an indicative figure. So in all, we have about 1,57,000, and I stand corrected because in the morning, the EDI of RBI really did mention that it is about 2 lakh plus outlets as of date, right? But it is an important fact to really note that the pattern of the financial income in the rural sector is changing. And the one which is encircled depicts that the middle class income is really moving up, and there is a positive change. And on the right hand side, the lower income group is reducing. So there, when we talk about the viability, I think I agree with that point that the viability aspect is picking up as we really move forward. So with this, a very brief preview to some indicative data. Let me really move on that how Wipro as an organization did really participate in some of the programs which were rolled out in the rural sector. And I will really give an example of the core banking solution which was rolled out in the cooperative and the district cooperative banks under the umbrella of NABARD. Look at the spread. We covered the rollout of in 12 states, starting from Jammu and Kashmir to Andaman and Nicobar, covering about 3,700 branches and 106 banks. This is a phenomenal coverage by virtue of the fact that apart from the numbers, the maturity of these banks was, they were not yet ready to really accept this, but that was the challenge which we really faced. Just to really give you an example, when we really began this journey, the ledgers were have to be really brought from their godowns on the bullock carts, dusted, and then the data capturing exercise started. So that's their branches acted more like a peer exercise for the branch managers, as it was also called as hookah corners, where they really shared the hookah with their prospective clients and did the selling while enjoying the hookahs. So the whole perspective is very different. While we may talk all good things, technology, we can do a step A, B, C and move on, but the challenges are of very, very different kind. We also talked about the connectivity aspect. Yes, I do agree that connectivity, providing the connectivity to the rural part, and I am talking of the tier 2 of the rural segment, is a marathon challenge. And we are still really struggling to really overcome that challenge because the options are very, very limited and restricted. And even if there are options, they are not cost effective, right? So that is a challenge which we really have. The kind of customers or the kinds of banking environment we have to deal with is very, very different. Even the branches, the people who are manning the branches, they need to definitely be uplifted in terms of the customer orientation, in terms of the knowledge level, the literacy level, apart from the prospective customers who will start using the banking services. So moving on to this is a real life experience we have, but I'm happy to share on this platform that we have already covered 3,500 branches. They are live in the rural areas using the CBM platform. Okay. This is my last slide, and as committed, I will be very sweet and short. See, the challenge is known. There is nothing new. People, all of us accept that, yes, there is a need for us to really start acting on it. A lot of actions and initiatives have been taken, but much more needs to be done. And I will add to it, rather than, all talking about it, it's time for us to really get into the implementation mode. So a couple of, stakeholders and actions which are really required. So from the regulation perspective, yes, if you want to really make the first-time users from the rural segment, the norms need to be really a bit relaxed on that front. We all know to open an account, there are n number of proofs and n number of things which are required, and which is very, very difficult for the rural community to really provide that. So this, I will not get into what needs to be done, but this is an area of concern. Education, we touched upon. I think education needs to be both from the branches being operated there or the prospective customers. I really propose that, Amitabh Bachchan had that advertisement on the polio drops, and I think it had a great impact. There has to be really something of that sort, where I think a lot of these rural population also today really watch the TV. Apart from that, there has to be really a very different way of, the education imparting. It cannot be a classroom or getting them. There has to be really some nukkad shows. There have to be Sarpanch-driven drives. Those are very out-of-the-box kind of ways and means to impart the education. The banks definitely need to do their part, because at the end of the day, it is their business too. By really configuring their products which are more acceptable by the community which we are trying to address. If you really make the products very complex, the norm very complex, the stringent norms, I think they will open the account by virtue of some means, but then they will not use it, right? Ministry of Finance and the government has a big role to play. Now this is a sector which we all know, the viability is a challenge for all the stakeholders, whether it is an IT stakeholder, whether it is a banking stakeholder, it is a challenge. So Government of India needs to really work out some incentives to promote, and see, it is a journey. It is not that if I do step A, B today, tomorrow the solution would be there. So it's a journey. Initially some incentives need to be really rolled out, like in the last budget, Finance Minister had really allocated a budget for Mahila Bank. And today we are implementing that program, but that's the kind of budget allocation needs to be done for FI inclusion. Connectivity, I think various panel members have talked about it, and I have also made a mention. It is a challenge, and therefore a very robust, cost-effective backbone needs to be laid down if we want to really enable these solutions. And today there is no solution possible without the IT enablement. And we are here to really support in this cause. And thank you very much for that.